Hi, my name's Ethan Carpenter. Most of you probably don't know who I am, and that's not a big deal. I am really just a nobody. I'm just a guy who is going to be talking into a camera. Hopefully, I'll be having some guests to speak with me as well. I can't guarantee you that they're going to be any more important or cool or as special as me, but I figure we can get together, we can talk through a number of different topics and see where the conversation leads and just have some fun while we do it. I guess I can give you a little brief interview of myself to give you an idea of who I am, what I'm about, all that good stuff. So, my name is Ethan Carpenter. I live in Norwalk, Iowa. I am married with 3 kids, 2 boys and a girl. Noah, who is 14, Matthias, who is 9, and Reese, who is 6. My wife, Liz, runs her own hairstyling salon that actually she runs outside of the back of our house. Long story, but built a salon on the back side of our house so that she could work from home versus having to pay somebody to rent a chair, blah, blah, blah. That's probably a topic we'll end up getting to later on in the series. So I live in Norwalk. I run my own handyman slash general contracting business. I do small jobs, medium jobs, big jobs too. I'm not really picky. I am also in the process of starting another company, which is going to be Never Board Games, which is a retail store that's going to be selling card games, board games, tabletop RPGs, and accessories, as well as retro video games. I guarantee you all of those things that I just mentioned, card games, board games, retro video games, RPGs, all going to be topics of discussion in this video series. I was born and bred here in the Norwalk, Warren County, Iowa area. I was raised by my parents out in the country. I was kind of a country boy. Played outside a lot, did a lot of playing with Jurassic Park dinosaurs in the ditch outside of my house. Sounds kind of country. Sounds a little bit redneck, in fact. Grew up going to Martinsdale Community Church, which is in Martinsdale or outside of Martinsdale, Iowa. Still go there, and now have my family going there as well. So generations are, my parents go there, I go there, my kids, it's just generational. In fact, my brother goes there. I've just grew up there, great church, Bible-believing church, Bible-preaching church, great. Shout out to Jeremy Kidder, pastor, and Pastor Daniel Moore, great pastors, preach straight from the Word of God. Cannot go wrong with that. I was homeschooled growing up, did some college, not a lot to show for it. I like to think that I'm fairly well-rounded in my education. I know a little bit about a lot of different things, but, that's sometimes a bad thing. But anyway, like I said, I'm a Christian. Some of my interests are, like I said, card games, board games, tabletop RPGs, retro video games. You can't really probably see it too well in the background, but I am a little bit of a collector nerd when it comes to Star Wars, pre-Disney. I will say that right now, pre-Disney Star Wars. I'm not about the Disney Star Wars junk. So if you have for some reason, a specific love of all things Disney, Star Wars, you can go ahead and just keep scrolling, because I mean, I'll talk to you, I'll debate you and tell you why you're wrong to enjoy Star Wars from Disney, but you know, you can have that opinion. You're just wrong. So, you, you know, I will preface this whole conversation with, you will find very quickly that I'm opinionated. I am okay with expressing my opinions. I will be more than happy to explain why you are wrong for having your opinions, but I will allow you to still have them. So, I play guitar, I played piano growing up. I still love playing piano and guitar, just don't do it as much. I like to play D&D. Lots of different things I enjoy, mostly nerd things. So this video series, conversation series, or whatever you want to call it, is going to be pretty heavily slanted towards current events and nerd culture. So if that stuff interests you, by all means, follow along and we can enjoy this stuff together. If that stuff does not interest you and all you care about is pop culture, what the new Taylor Swift song is, what the newest TikTok trend is, again, you can just kind of move along, because more than likely, we're not going to talk a whole lot about that. The funny thing about this, just giving a little background about what this video series is hopefully going to be, is I had originally thought about this and doing this back in, I think it was 2020 or maybe early 2021. But I just didn't really feel comfortable doing it. I didn't have the equipment, didn't have the means to do it. It was a different phase of life. But I was looking through some of my notes that I had taken about this perspective idea, and some of the topics that were listed were things like Black Lives Matter, life during the age of the coronavirus, transgenderism, photography, what else? A current political climate, Star Wars, gun rights, growing up in the 90s, things like that. That is stuff that I care about. I know a lot of people care about it. A lot of people don't care about it. But those obviously are going to probably change. Some of them are going to be covered. Some of them won't be. Is Black Lives Matter all that relevant nowadays? I don't know if you want to say that. The current political climate has absolutely changed since 2020 or 2021. Transgenderism, still a thing that's going on. But yeah, so I plan on trying to have some good, honest conversation with some of my friends. Maybe I'll get my wife on here and we can talk about some things as well. Just to sort of give the everyday perspective on a lot of these topics. I know you see a lot of political commentators and big content creators that talk about these things in really abstract terms or on such a high level that you just are like, I don't know what this is. I don't even know what they're talking about. So I am going to try to avoid going too highbrow or too lowbrow and just sort of meet in the middle where the everyday person is going to be living. So that is my aim for this series. I hope that you will come along with me and we can do this thing together. We can learn together and talk together. I'd love to have your guys' opinions on what kind of topics we should talk about. I'm just really looking forward to this. Like I said, I've had this idea in the back of my head for years. I just never really pulled the trigger, but my life has changed enough where I feel like I can stick a little bit of time and energy into this and not completely be overwhelmed with everything else going on in my life. Of course, I did mention that I own a business, My wife owns a business, and then I'm going to be starting another business. So I don't know exactly what I'm thinking. Maybe I just realized that there's never really a good time to do these type of things, and you just got to do it. So a lot of this is going to be unedited, mainly because I'm terrible at editing video. I don't know if I just don't have the eye for it or if I'm too impatient. I'm not 100% sure. Also, being that this is an everyday type of show, not being everyday, but it's going to be an everyday kind of person's show, there's a lot of, to me, there's a lot of humor in the little, humor and truth in the little interactions in between what would typically be takes. You know, a lot of times you see jump cut after jump cut after jump cut in conversations, and you're like, what did they cut out? Did they cut out something interesting, something funny, something maybe a little awkward? I love all of that stuff. I think it's hilarious. When you'll see when we get my friends and I together and we're playing cribbage together and just talking about, you know, whatever, whether it be D&D, the new Brandon Sanderson book that we're reading, you know, video games or whatever. There are these little comments here and there, these little interactions that we'll have that are just so much more, it makes the whole interaction, the whole conversation so much more interesting. I just feel editing those things out, making everything super polished and super overproduced, it's not real. And that's one thing that you'll hear from me, is that I am real. The good, the bad, and the awkward. That's just one thing I want to be, is genuine with everybody. I don't want to make it seem like my life is perfect, like everything is just hunky-dory all the time. I have bad days just like anybody else has bad days. You know, I go through trials and tribulations, and you know, bad stuff happens, and sometimes you just have to roll with that. And it's not really worth cutting all of that out to make everything seem like it's Instagram perfect, where it's just this perfectly edited little snapshot of my life and everything is perfect and look at how perfect every little aspect of my life is, when really, if you looked at the whole picture, your life is imperfect, just like everybody else's. And there's no point in even trying to hide that fact. So, that being said, that's kind of the aim of this video series. I am planning on having probably multiple conversations with my good friend Scott Kern. He and I have been friends for, 25 plus years, 20, almost 30 years probably now. And now keeping in mind, he and I are both 30, going to be 37 this year, I believe. He and I are separated by 2 days, and so really not a lot of age variance there. He will probably be a regular guest. He's got a lot of good opinions, very funny. He's a awkward guy like me, and that's why I think we have stuck together so well. Like I said, I'll probably have my wife on at one point. I'd like to get Tyler Perry. He is my brother-in-law, good friend of mine, and a fellow entrepreneur, where he owns his own business, has done several other entrepreneurial endeavors, and love to talk to him about different aspects of running a business, or you know, his take on raising a family, because he just had another kid. That would be kid number 5. Just a lot of varied opinions, a lot of varied guests. I really look forward to it. I may stream some D&D sessions that we run. It wouldn't be like an overly produced thing like Critical Role or anything like that, but it would give you an opportunity to get a little snapshot of my life with my friends and enjoy a little bit of time like that, just watching us do stupid things and pretend to be random creatures in a fantastical world. What else? Who else would we have? I don't know, honestly, at this point, but that's just the top of my head type of thing that I'm thinking. You know, keep it real, keep it genuine. Try not to be overly produced. Be honest. That's, you know, and God-fearing. So if you're thinking you're going to come in here and watch this video and hear a bunch of curse words or hear us talk about lascivious topics, it's not going to happen. We don't really do that. It's not something we care about, or we keep it clean, we keep it light. It is still guy humor because a lot of my friends all my friends essentially are guys. And so stupid humor, maybe some poop jokes, fart jokes, it'll happen. It's bound to happen. But again, we'll try to keep it light. We'll try to keep it clean as much as we humanly possibly can. Because I don't want to get like censored on YouTube or anything like that. I'll probably also give you some opportunities to see my collection. I'll probably do an entire video just explaining some of the lore behind my collection. Some of the things that are in my shop that I really consider to be sort of prized possessions, if I have such a thing as a prized possession. I, being a follower of Christ, don't really subscribe to the theory of having things that are just absolutely priceless to me physically. But there are some things in my collection that I do really like, and I think they're pretty cool, and I think you probably would think they're cool too. Yeah, so all in all, I'll try to keep it light, keep it clean, keep it genuine, and for the most part, unedited. This kind of sounds scary, but uncensored. That's the word I'll use. Uncensored, even though, like I said, it's going to be clean. No topic off limits. I know there's a lot of good topics out there. If you have any ideas for topics, let me know in the comments. I'd be more than happy to oblige and talk, because I am good at talking. I can talk for a long time, as long as I have something to drink occasionally. That was a stupid joke. Yeah, so for the most part, that's about it. I just wanted to come on here and say thanks for watching. Just give you a quick introduction into who I am and what I'm about. And I cannot wait to get on this series, get it going, get it uploaded so that you guys can enjoy it, sharing your opinions along the way. So I look forward to it. I can't wait, and I'll talk to you soon. Thanks. Bye.